The following may contain language and subject matter which is only appropriate for some audiences. But since we're not very discriminatory here, everybody's welcome to listen. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us once again here on the Low Fact Podcast. Getting closer and closer to the holidays.
Jingle bells.
Of course, when's Hanukkah?
I have no idea.
Michael. That's the wrong phrase.
Yeah, it's getting closer and closer to the one holiday that...
When is Hanukkah? It's got to be around Christmas.
I thought it was early December.
It moves.
It moves.
Yeah.
Is it alive?
Yes. It's on a different...
according to the lunar calendar.
Who?
The lunar calendar?
You know, let's go, Luna.
I googled Hakuna Matata by mistake.
That's fine. So,
Sorry.
Okay. Either you guys... Oh, I'm here with the guys. Andy.
What's up?
Matt. Of course, that was reversed. All right. Do either one of you jokers have anything to say?
Nope.
Or start with?
Nope.
I got nothing in my head.
All right. So I'll go down to the list that I've put down.
How long is your list now, by the way?
Oh, I don't know. I keep adding to it.
Should we talk about the list?
His list is long.
Yeah, it is.
Unlike his penis.
What the fuck? You're supposed to do innuendos, not straight up say it, goddammit.
Why are you sitting there talking about someone else's junk?
Oh, I don't know. I was trying to do a burn on you.
I think you burned yourself on that.
It came off as
It's not
awkward.
fun trying to burn, Dave.
Because I've never been anywhere where you should be able to see it. So, dude,
I like where this is going.
just for that, I'm gonna find some crazy skanky person and let her sleep in your house.
When are you going to hire me?
Let him sleep in your house. Okay, so here's a question that I had from not too long ago. Is an elite class really necessary?
You mean what do you mean by that?
Like an elite class? You know, the people that make all the money, the people that run things, the people in power,
The 1%?
whatever you want to call them.
Elite class?
Yeah.
Kind of. A little bit. It's not that they're not completely useless.
Sure they are.
Why would you say that?
Well, an elite class is only necessary if they live up to their eliteness.
But wait, what do you mean by... You mean that, they do good stuff?
No, I mean, okay, think about it. The people that started this country can be considered an elite class. And they started this country on a rational basis. They wrote a constitution that was rational. They had laws that were kind of rational.
This is all elite class stuff you're talking about.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about an elite class that created
America.
the United States.
America.
And as time has gone on, this elite class has done nothing but eat and get fat and procreate.
Animal Farm?
No. And so you have stupid stuff going on. Like I forget.
I was thinking that too when you were talking about that. Me and Andy had the same thought. Pigs.
Animal Farm.
Okay.
If you don't have an elite class, you're a dirty commie, basically. Is that what you're arguing for right now?
No,
You want
because
everyone to be the same?
no, not at all. I'm just
Stalin-loving son of a bitch?
I do like Stalin only because he was able to fuck all the other elite folks, the more educated elite folks,
Yeah.
in his place. But no, an elite class. Look, if you want to go on communism, okay, so like the czar, the royalty, they were the elite, and then the communists came in, killed all the royal folks, and then they put themselves in as the elite. So they just switched out identities, and they didn't do anything.
They were hypocritical.
Well, I don't know if that's hypocritical.
Well, isn't communism like everyone's the same except us, who's higher than you guys? That's a little hypocritical for them to do.
Okay, fine, but the writer of the stuff is kind of weird anyway. But that's my point. Every time there's some kind of revolution or some kind of change in a government or in a society, the elite class, there's always an elite class, and they never do anything, except for maybe the ones that started the country.
And then it just kind of falls off of there.
I mean, China's a great example.
Oy.
You have thousands of years of different dynasties, and all it is just switching out the top folks in the elite class. Oddly enough, the bureaucrats all stay in there.
Well, that's what bureaucrats do, though, isn't it? They
Yeah,
just
they're
stay.
basically cockroaches. And if you're a bureaucrat, I'm sorry, you're a cockroach.
Wow, man! Like, I've been trying to find clips where you're not calling people out to put on our Instagram page, but it ends up being a clip of you calling somebody out.
Oh, well.
Well, truth is true.
Well, you know, they probably didn't start out thinking they were going to be cockroaches.
They thought they were butterflies.
So, I have a hard time struggling to think that it was an elite class that started this country.
Sure it was. George Washington,
But they've-
Thomas Jefferson,
but they were
James
like-
Madison, James Monroe.
But they were like revolutionaries
Patrick
too,
Henry.
weren't they? I mean, weren't they revolution? I mean, they fought the British.
They didn't do any fighting. The people that were poor did all the fighting.
Well, like, wasn't one of them was a general, wasn't he?
He was made a
George
general.
Washington was a general.
He was made a general,
You crossed the river, right? That's the picture.
supposedly.
Allegedly. It's a falsified picture.
I wasn't there. I don't think he looked
So you
that
don't
noble.
think any of these guys actually did any fighting?
That's not those guys. The army back then wasn't geared toward those guys doing the fighting. They basically, if you were a general of an army back then, you tell everybody, you give everybody orders on where to go and how to do stuff. And if you were an officer back then, you basically walked around with your sword to look like a target so that somebody could shoot you.
Ungar.
The people that did the shooting were the guys that were standing there with the muskets. Bless you.
Then I think you do need an elite class. Because the average Joe is just going to sit there and take it. It's going to take what they call themselves, it's going to take a group of people to say enough is enough, let's organize some shit. Now, whatever they do is on them, but I think it does take an elite class of some sort. Whether you call them elite, I don't know if it's the proper words, but it does take a group of some leaders or some shit like that. So I think you kind of need it. The average Joe won't do shit. They'll just take it up the ass and keep moving forward. Or backwards, whichever one.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, if they're unhappy.
I mean, do you actually need a government?
Yeah,
No,
I think you do.
you really
I
don't.
think you do a little bit.
You really don't.
There's a lot more chaos without that.
Only because there are people that want power. You kill all those people off, then there's nobody that wants power.
But that's human nature. They're always
Is it
gonna
really?
want-
Is it
Yeah,
really?
they're always gonna
You want power?
Of course.
So you should go off yourself right now to prevent yourself from being
Holy shit.
a bane on human society.
Everybody
Wait,
wants
but
a
if
little
you get-
form of power.
If you get rid of the elite class, then someone else is just going to come in and take its place, right?
And so that's the reason not to do something. That's like saying I should die because I'm going to die anyway. How come ain't nobody killing themselves at birth?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the logic. It's really good. I'm gonna tweet that later.
I should die because I'm going to die anyway?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
That's
do it.
what, something that I've always thought we should do anyway. You can just fucking do it. You can tweet out shit that he says on the podcast. Just excerpt the quotes.
Yeah, but I think you do need a group of an elite.
So you want to be
start
an
it.
elite then?
Who doesn't? It's everybody
I-
wants some form of power. Even the custodian down the street probably wants a little form of power. Head custodian.
Really, doesn't he only want the power to tell people to fuck off? Don't tell me what to do?
That's exactly what he wants. Is that so wrong to strive for better?
No, that's probably what everybody wants, but I'm saying that there's a group of folks that want more.
Oh, we
And
call
they
it-
become and they kind of become an elite class maybe, but actually I wasn't saying that. My question is, should we have an elite class? Do we need a small class of folks at the top telling everybody else what to do?
And your view is no.
Not the way it's being run now.
that I can't agree with.
Okay.
Once you cease to be useful, you should not have that. And so I'm not a big fan of royalty or aristocracy. I think it's bullshit.
See, that I do agree with. You just get fat and happy. You don't do anything for anyone else.
Yeah.
It
You,
fucks over everybody else.
you need to be lean and mean.
And a fighting machine.
So you don't want fat soldiers.
Why are you looking at me right now?
I don't know. Because you're not a soldier? I don't know.
Because I'm fat. It's because I'm fat, isn't it?
I'm fat too, so it really doesn't matter.
Why are you looking at Andy? He's fat. He's got the potential to be pretty fat.
He's still young.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess that's enough, and I didn't mean to be argumentative here. I just
I like it.
No, it's good.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Low Fact Podcast. Find us on Stitcher and iTunes. Just search Low Fact Podcast. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Low Fact Podcast. Send us an email at lowfactpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on YouTube. Search Low Fact. All the links can be found in our About. Also, look for my music on IG and Twitter at AFantasyB.